I was good, y'all. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the Bodhi, baby. Bodhi means awareness and enlightenment. Another banger today. Very, very interesting banger. I want to add on to the last video about the stuff that you allow to let into your mind. But this is more so based off on opinions, and I think opinions are very, very important because there is a different spectrum of opinions and different opinions, that people have just in different aspects of life and stuff like that. But opinions are very, very important because it lets you know exactly where people come from, the type of stuff that they've experienced, which allow them to express themselves in that aspect of life that they're talking about or whatever. And I think that's very, very important because if good opinions did not exist, right, or bad opinions did not exist, right, we wouldn't really know what was right from wrong or what was really valuable, or if that makes sense. But this is a very, very informational, very, very deep video. But before this video to started, smash the like button, subscribe, because this is really, really deep. I honestly want to get into this with y'all and what I honestly think about it. You feel me? So let's get it. Let's go.
Hey, Luther Squad.
Sometimes people may say other people get carried away with their opinions whatsoever, but anybody is really obligated to their own personal opinion. But what I have learned, right, people only speak or start to express what they have learned or from what they have experienced in life. And that's exactly why their way of expressing it that way, if it was negative, if it was bad, if it was great, if it was coming from a place of joy or whatever, it all comes from what they were exactly experiencing, bro. So, for an example, there's someone who has gotten in a relationship and it didn't go so well. They could have got cheated on, whatever. Now, there's two different aspects. Like there's two different forces. There's opposite forces to each aspect of that, bro. Meaning like there's a good force and bad force, meaning someone who's going to react to it positively versus someone who's going to react to it negatively, right? So there's that one person who just decides, okay, it's done. Everybody is completely the same, bro. You never find love. He'll never find love. He'll never experiencing loving someone that hard again, blah, blah, blah. And then there's that other person, on the other hand, who says, okay, that hurt a lot, and I learned from it, or I'm still learning from it, but I know this is not the end. I know the sun always comes out after the rain. There's always going to be those two polar opposites, bro. Through everything, right? Because that's just what life itself has shown us, right? So this is why sometimes, or for the vast majority of the time, I don't blame people for some of their opinions, even if it's wrong. Now, I have the ability to share my opinion that can correct if someone is wrong or whatever, and they have that ability to, be willing to be open-minded and learn from what I'm saying or from what someone else is saying, and they can grow from that. Which is why it's very important to have different opinions or both sides of opinions. Because I'm trying to tell you, bro, it's not to say everything is wrong, right? But there are different ways to grow. There are different ways to evolve. It's not just one way. There are many ways. And this is why opinions are so important, because someone else is experiencing a different aspect of life. And they can come out totally positive on the other end. And another person can come out totally positive on the end, but they experience two different aspects of that situation, if that makes sense. And this is why opinions are very, very important, bro. But I think the main thing people should start getting into is trying to become more positive and just doing what is necessarily right. Because honestly, this is how I look at it, bro. If I honestly want advice or if I want to learn something from somebody, they have to have something that I necessarily want, that I don't have yet, or that is in arm's reach that I'm wanting to get. It has to be somewhere along those lines, bro. Because if it's not nothing that I don't want and it doesn't resonate with me, or I'm not willing to learn it because I don't agree with it or I see that it's wrong or whatever, I'm good. I'm not going to pay any mind to it. And I think some people have to learn to ask themselves those types of questions, because why would I take advice from someone that are getting the bad results that I'm not looking for, or they aren't living the life that I'm necessarily striving for? Why am I taking advice from them? Why am I listening to them? Because their experience with life itself shows me what's up there in their mind. It literally shows me everything that's up there just by how their way of perceiving different things, the aspects of life, their opinions, how they express themselves, how they move, how they act, the behavior. That all tells me what a person actually thinks, bro. I will know exactly how a person moves and thinks just by what they speak, their opinions, how they move. 100%, bro. So if someone doesn't have something that you don't necessarily want, right? Or you don't agree, or it just seems so wrong, and you've actually been open-minded about it, and you've taken the time to think about it, and you really don't want it, I wouldn't listen to them, bro. Like 100%. But this is exactly why opinions are so important, right? So you can necessarily kind of like not actually jump into, but get a visual of a different aspect of life. Or that's why it's very, very important to have different opinions. And I like that there are so many different opinions to many different things, bro. Because what I strive for, bro, I literally just want to do what is right. I want to grow. I want to improve. I want to always seek challenge. I never want to stop growing, ever. I never want to stop learning whatsoever. But I also want to do what's right. But I'm not scared to be wrong because I'm willing to learn. And I want to be able to share my journey, my lifestyle, or what I do with you so you can take in a lot of the stuff that I'm learning. That way it makes your journey a little easier. And then you can share back to me what you learned. So now we're all evolving on the same level, And this is why opinions are very, very important. Or another person's way of seeing life can be very, very important too. Because someone can give you a whole new definition of what life really is, or expressing themselves. Like it's so much to it, bro. Which is why, like, thinking along with the collective whole or with a certain group of people, to me, is BS. Because I truly think it's best to think for yourself. See what you feel within. Okay, when someone is saying something, I'll obviously be open-minded about it, but see what you feel. See, do you agree? See, does that resonate? Do I understand what's going on? Do I understand what they're saying? Because there are so many different people that go with what I like to call a popular decision. They all thinking in the same box. They don't want any change. They're in that fishbowl, a freaking fishbowl, and they can't get out. They're looping in that same way of thinking. Right? But when you start to expand that, you'll see there's so much more to actually like learn. There's so much more to experience, bro. Like, and I genuinely think I like how the Most High, the Creator, actually like set up life for real. Because many different people experience so many different things, right? But we have a way to communicate in so many different ways, right? So many different ways. We all want to grow. We all want to evolve. It's just like, in a sense, it's almost like we are here to help each other evolve. That's why we're all experiencing different aspects of life, right? So if I'm experiencing this over here, and someone else is experiencing a different aspect of life, and someone over there is experiencing a different aspect of life, right? Now, I can want to see what it's like to experience that, or I want to learn something that him over here was experiencing. Let's say 1, 2, and 3. Number 1 wants to know exactly like what it's like to experience, let's just say, the real joy, right? Like real genuine joy that comes from passion or whatever. But he hasn't gotten it yet, or he's just negative because he's never gotten it, or he think he can't get it, but he could be missing that one thing. And number 3 can come around, and teach him or educate him or give his opinion on the best way to learn to get that type of joy. Does that make sense? So in a sense, bro, it's just like we're all really here to necessarily help each other, bro. In a sense, because it's just evolution, bro. Like if we can't grow together, it's like what the hell are we doing, you know? And that's why I strive for real like value gain. Like if it's not that, I don't want it. If it's not real improvement, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's genuinely what it has to be. But that's what I honestly think about that. That's why I think opinions are very, very important. Good and bad ones, bro. So I don't look at it like, no red pill, blue, and just I like to think from a very, very genuine, real standpoint that comes from within, that comes from the soul, you know. And that's how I see it, bro. Straight up. But we can end it off right there, man. I appreciate you for watching. Love y'all, man. We're getting ready to take over YouTube. So, I just had to say that. But I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. You dig?